Alright. Hopefully the echo is fixed now. Alright. Hopefully the echo is fixed now. I have no idea what happened. I unplugged the headset and I plugged it back in. Now it seems to be working, and I got a new follower, but it happened when I was off the stream. So I'd just like to say thank you to Issue Roju for the follow. So yeah. But you can see that in the event list. Anyways, that echo, I've never had that before. That was really weird. Like, I'm just trying to get everything set up again. Okay. Alright. This one. Hey Trucks, is everything working now? Like, is there an echo in the mic anymore? Because I can't hear it myself, but personally, like, I could hear an echo, like, instantly, like, everything I said, and it was really weird. I've never had that happen. So, like, I just unplugged my headset, and, now it seems to be working alright. I haven't, I've muted the actual stream itself, so I can't hear what I sound like anymore. But just trying to pull the Twitch app up on my phone so I can like see the chat, so I don't have to alt tab and whatnot. But for some reason the app decided today it's not going to work at all, and it's going to like stop responding. It's kind of weird. Yeah, streaming Exanima today. Getting a few likes and stuff like that on Twitter and retweets and things like that. Everything's working now? Sweet. That was really weird before. But yeah, so I'm doing Exanima. I've turned the in-game music off, and I'm listening to some like lo-fi stuff that's obviously like royalty free and copyright claim, so I can't get a DMCA for that. But yeah, I just turned the in-game music because I didn't really feel it mesh as well with two different sounds playing, so I want to pick that for this stream. Yeah, I've seen the last stream, the chat overlay is still working and whatnot. I could see that you were like, when you typed in a message, it was on the stream. It's just that I'm trying to get it up on my phone now so I can read them and stuff, so I can still like pay attention to what I'm usually doing. But like, I don't know, my phone's deciding it doesn't want to work, so I guess I just have to like alt tab every now and again. For now, that seems to be like the only way that I can actually read what people are saying. You're still rolling grape vine leaves and getting raw meat on your phone and glasses, but it's okay, I'll sanitize when you're done. What? What are you making? And what? It's, what are you making? Is it food or? Okay, Twitch app finally working now, so I can hopefully just see the chat on my phone, so I don't have to keep like alt tabbing and shit, because it's kind of weird to do that, and it disrupts like what I'm doing. I don't want to keep changing panels every time I'm streaming either. I just want things to be kind of smooth. I'm trying to get the hang of it. Seems easy to do it, but then like you actually try and do it and it's way different. Hopefully it just loads on my phone, because now I'm getting like the scroll wheel, it's just bringing it up. But yeah, Exanima is like early access. I could talk about it like a little bit after this one, just so it's in like the VOD, I guess, for people that might happen to watch it. Exanima is like early access on Steam, and it's like a prototype, I suppose, for like a different game called I think you say it like Sui Genesis. It's like gonna be this combat like dark fantasy game where you get a bunch of different like spells and things that you can use, and Exanima is just like the very early phases of that. There's like a whole campaign where you have to go deeper and deeper into like a dungeon, and like there's hardly any health potions, and you have to try and like manage your health the best you can. And the further that you go down, the more like enemies and monsters and stuff you'll find, kind of like from Diablo. kind of looking things, and then there's like the arena, which is what I'm streaming now, is it's just like an arena with permadeath. So basically, like, you make a main character and you take him into the arena, and if the enemy, which is controlled by AI, if they continuously damage your player, your overall health will decrease, and then eventually, if they land like they hit you with a weapon or something, you'll die. So like, you'll lose your entire save and your entire character, and literally, like, I've been all the way to, like, you start off as like, I'm just gonna exit out of this. It's easy to do the arena, like, it's not hard or difficult or anything. Like, you start off as adept, then you go to aspirant, novice, adept, expert, and master. And when I used to play Xanima on my laptop, I was like a master, and I had a bunch of different AI recruits, and then I had a couple player driven characters. So like, you have your main character, and then you make like a bunch of other characters that go and fight in the arena, so in case they die, you don't lose your main save, like, obviously. But then I got to like master, I had all the different armor, I had all the different like two-handed warhammers, and fucking I had a really good sword. Like, you go in there and you'd swing the other like enemy around like the map and shit, and like, it's all physics driven. The combat is all simulated. It's 100% like different every time. It's not like an animated thing. Like, all of the combat and animations and everything is all like how do you say it, like, simulated by physics and ragdolls and shit. And it's kind of like you're like pulling a marionette strings, like, for a puppet, and you're like vaguely trying to get like these two drunken dudes to like maybe give their best shot at fighting somehow. So anyway, all of the items, they're all class locked, like, to the different ranks. So like, for instance, the shield here, you can only use it as a novice. You can't use it as like an adept or whatever. And then, like, you know, adepts got shields and stuff, but they cost money from the shop to buy them. Like, if you defeat someone in the arena, like, you can pick up their loot, but you can't take it with you. Like, it won't let you. So I've tried. It's like, so you have to buy it from the merchant, and from the merchant, like, one helm here is like 5 gold pieces, and you might win, like, for example, to put this in perspective of like how long it takes to get to master with all that stuff. Like, if you win the lowest entry like thing, it costs you 3 bronze pieces to enter, and your prize is 1 silver. But then if we look at like a skirmish for an expert, where you'd be fighting with like 2 AI on your team versus 3 on their team, if you win, you get like 1 gold piece and 8 silvers. So like, this helmet is like 5 gold pieces kind of thing. So it takes a bit of time, and like, the other team will kill you, like, pretty easily, like, if you fuck around, because like, it's not the kind of thing where you can just casually play it, because I had a master, and I went in and I tried to, like, you know, mess around and whatever, and then I died, and then I lost my entire character. And so everything, like, on my loot page here, like, I'll go to the inventory, so like the one for the shield, the armor and the clothing, and then the weapons and ranged weapons, I had like the entire page was basically filled up. I had different armor loadout for every single different thing, and then you just like die and you lose all of it. And so yeah, so now I'm streaming it again, and yeah, that's Exanima. Hopefully that's me trying to explain it. But like, so I've had it. I mean, I've got screenshots of my character, like when they were expert to master. So I mean, I've always got that, I suppose, the memories. But now I have to start again. And then I got to novice on a different character before, when I was trying to stream this earlier, and then they died as well, and then so did all the companions and everything. And so like, but I felt the game was getting a bit lenient, because like, I'll give you an example. Like, I'll go into a fight, I'll try and win one, and then I'll lose a couple so you can see, and I'll also have to change something in my stream because I realized something in the actual video, you're not seeing the health bars. So just give me a sec here. Let me just, I think it's display capture. I need to do this because I can't do it like any other way. I just gotta move it up. There you go, as long as you can see the, hang on. There, that should do it. But now you can't see that. Hang on. I have to do it like that. I think it's too big, that's why. Yeah, I did it too big than the actual thing. Just give me one sec. Alrighty, so there. Now you should be able to see the health bars, so you'll know what I've been talking about. Is the health bars down there, the yellow, the green, kind of greeny yellow one. I don't know what the blue one is, I've never used it. I'm assuming that because it's an early access game, the blue bar is going to be like a mana bar, and they're going to add some kind of skills or something to it that, like, I don't know, you can use skills in the arena. I've never really used any. Like, there are skills that you can learn for your character that like allow you to parry, deflect. They like increase your running speed. Like, if you press tab, you can kind of go like this. The only thing is, like, the AI will chase you. So like, yeah. But if, like, you'll like see how now, like, because he hit me with the axe, like, the health's gone red. Well, that health isn't going to come back into the next fight. You need to, like, do a couple fights, but I've already figured out an exploit on how to, like, there we go, nearly fucking died just now. Because he, yeah, okay, just might as well just win this so I don't lose my character again. So it does get a bit tiring, like, if you get really far and then you lose your character. So my suggestion, well, the thing I'm going to try and do is, like, well, yeah, I got him, but, like, you'll see what I mean now. So, like, the health has gone down and yeah, so, like, you're left, like, with that much health, and then that's how much health you'll have. You go into skills. So there's a whole bunch you can learn. I don't think I got any skill points available now, but there's ones like parry, which, let's say here, remise, immediately follow a swing with another in the opposite direction. Fend, abandon your attack to quickly parry. Cease a feigned attack to quickly renew it, and then after a parry, rapidly follow with an attack. There's some of them. And these ones I've got now, which is deflection, which actively protects gaps and weak areas in your armor, and then, like, moving, like, movement speed up. And then, yeah, like, as you get further in it, see how when I click on the different things, they're all, like, different. But anyway, so I'm pretty much starting again. Yeah, you're making stuffed grapevine leaves. I hope that's better for the thing that you can see it. Oh well. Yeah, I think you gotta get to, like, novice before it kind of makes sense of, like, buying any of this stuff. So I suppose, like, you're better off just saving. Like, one thing here, instead of going into every single fight and then, like, you know, obviously losing it when you're on low health, you can just go into, like, the lowest entry fee, which would usually be, like, pugilism, for, like, you know, whatever it costs, 2 bronze pieces or whatever, and you just, like, you forfeit it. You keep doing that until your health goes back up, and then you'll have enough to, like, go back in to do, like, an actual thing in the arena. That's one thing I've worked out is the quickest way to, like, replenish your health, because there's no potions, there's no, like, health items or anything that you can just, like, consume to like, get your health back. Just, like, in the campaign for it, like, if you end up getting like a companion and stuff that like follows you around like as you get further through it. But like I find the AI will usually target them, and there's no way to really quickly heal them. So it's kind of frustrating because like you're trying to find health potions and shit, but you don't even know what they look like or like where to find them. On top of like having enemies like running around and shit. Or as soon as you start the campaign, like there's already enemies with like proper weapons, and you just have the most basic fucking weapon to try and like do anything with. So yeah, and then also you can open doors. There's a whole thing like now no, I can't do it. I have to wait till I spawn in. I still can't seem to open the video on my phone. I mean, not the video, the thing, so I can see the chat, but I don't know. My phone's being weird today. I'm not going to bother with that anymore. I tried. I'm not going to waste my battery over it. But anyway, I don't know. Usually it works. So okay, I'm just in another one. But yeah, I wanna show this trucks. I wanna show you the ways that you can like pick stuff up, because it's interesting the way that you can interact with the environment in this. There's not that many like streams for this game, like 'cause I checked, and yeah, like there's not as much as what like a community or anything. I mean, like when you stream it, when you're streaming it on like Discord, or when you run the actual application, it doesn't even have like an icon. More well-known games will have like an icon for their thing, like Overwatch has the Overwatch logo, whereas with like Exanima, it just says Exanima. Anyway, so I've got a new skill point now, so I'll put that one into that one. See if I can hire like a... Oh yeah, and I gotta read something out in the chat as well, just give me a sec. Alright. You're making stuffed grapevine leaves. I'm not used to having long nails and I keep accidentally scratching holes in the leaves. I'm not really sure what stuffed grapevine leaves are. You said raw meat, so I'm assuming that you've put some kind of meat in there. Like, I don't know what you're making exactly, but like what kind of food is it? Are you putting like chicken? Is it beef? Or I don't know. Alright, so I could hire this dude. What's his name? Rayolan. He costs 7 silver. Yeah, no, that actually looks like a good thing. I'll hire this guy. Alright, he's on. Alright, so now we can go into doubles. And I can have the fucking the AI fight with me. I'm just trying to explain this game because like it's not exactly that well known. I'm not fully ripping the leaves though because this is a relaxing stream. Well, thanks, Trucks. I'm glad you find it relaxing. I mean, I tried to pick up music for it that was chill. Like I said before, when I was first trying to stream it, before I had the echo weirdness, like I turned off the in-game music, so there's not the conflicting like double sounds kind of thing. It's like they're not harmonious. And yeah, so you're putting mince and rice into it. Well, that actually sounds alright. And then it takes hours to cook in a giant pot. Well, alright. That sounds good. That actually sounds like something I wouldn't mind trying. Wait a minute. Wait, I need to pause the actual... What'd you say? Grapevine leaves. Yeah, that's interesting. How big are the leaves? Like, are they the size of your hand? These guys, like, they're so weird and unpredictable to fight the AI. Like, it just got me. Like, I didn't even have a chance. I feel like I should go for the story mode as well. Like, just to show it off. I mean, I'm just saying that it's just a arena stream, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm still streaming Xanama. Could always change the title. Something. Wow. Okay, I think I might have died. Did it actually? Okay, take me back to the main menu. But I get to keep my character. Okay, alright, whatever. I'm done with that. Takes so long. I'm just gonna continue wherever I was in the story. I have no idea. Oh look, I already got a bunch of stuff. Oh, what a surprise. I got like a buckler, a fucking axe, a pouch to like put more things in. This is my character. I look a bit like an angry garden gnome. Yeah. Alright, where are we in the story? I have no idea. Like, I might be spawning in right near an enemy. Anything could happen. Where's the inventory? It's lagging. Okay, where's the torch? There's a carpentry knife. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? I need a torch. That's a bill. Which is not like a dollar bill, that's the name for like a fucking thing that will cut you. Is there any fucking reason why I don't have a torch in my inventory? Why that wouldn't be useful to just have? I got an hourglass for some reason, and a key, and I don't know. That's a lot of different stuff to just have, and a book. Got like a few books. I don't know what's going on. Why do I have all these scrolls? What are they doing there? How'd they get there? What's this? A metal stake. Is that actually a weapon you can use? Is it? It is. I'll fucking shank someone with a railway spike. Alright, let's do it. And apparently I've got to level up. Let's see here. So new skill points. It's got like a mana symbol, it's like glowing. But I need to find a torch now, this is gonna get crazy. I'll probably die. Some are huge, some are small, it depends on the vine. These leaves came from your auntie's vine from a yard. Oh nice. Oh cool. Do you know how old the great tree is? It's like, got any grapes? I was like, yeah. It's the backyard. Send the ducks over there. Is that some money? I think I found money. What's that? A glass counter. I mean, the attention to detail in this game is kind of like very meticulous for a game that won't let you zoom in far enough to see what's actually there. But there's a chest here, so we can open it, and we found some gauntlets that are apparently better than the ones we already have on, so we're just gonna use them now. Hopefully I can find a better hat, because I don't really like this thing that I'm wearing. I have to take it off. Even then, like, there's layers of armor. Another thing about Xanama that's probably not that well explained is that, like, you don't just equip like your chest, your torso, your gauntlets, you know, your legs, and then your boots. It's kind of more like there's layers of clothing, so you can wear a whole bunch of different shit, which like it all adds up, like with your, you know, your damage resilience. Now I'll just check. I have a giant metal stake in my room in real life. Well, isn't that awesome? You're like prepared for vampires and to have a fun time. Giant metal stake in your room, anything can happen. Alright. So I got a bill here. It's just like a two-handed kind of... Got a kind of... I don't know. It's kind of like a curved blade on the end. But it's a little bit long. The blade's about the size of your head, so... yeah. So there's that. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I meant. Okay. Before I fall off this chair and do weird shit. Look, you can pick up the chair, and then you like hold it over the table, and then it will fall off the table as if it's actually falling off the table. This is the kind of crazy stuff you just don't see all the time. Like, look, the jar is right on the edge of the table, but you move it slightly over and it will fall. Like, that's actual physics. Like, I don't know how it did that, but look, the walking and stuff, probably not the most fine-tuned, but these are all nice little features that still add up to like a game's, you know. Mum doesn't know how old the vine is. It doesn't grow grapes, only leaves. Ah. Oh, okay. Well, at least you're making use of it. I mean, there's that. You get the leaves. Oh, well, I suppose it's something nice. I mean, the idea of minced meat and rice and cooking stuff in a pot for hours, I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I find it's generally easier to cook food once you just leave it in a pot, because you can just leave it where it is, or you get a slow cooker, and you just like prepare it in the morning, and then you go out and do whatever it is that you're doing, and then you come back and the food's ready. And then like the most you have to do is like put it in the microwave or something. It's all like in the preparation. Or you just like boil it over really like kind of medium temperature for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, if that. And then usually by then it's quite done. So I'm just gonna find some bottles and shit and try and make sense of apparently how the fuck there's like potions in this game, because I don't believe that there is. I reckon they're probably just trolling, because I haven't seen any potions. So far I've got this far in the game, and I haven't died, and I haven't been able to heal either. It's not that easy. Like, this game, like, you die in this game, you actually die. Like, you lose everything. There's no going back. You don't even get to like load your last save. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, when you die, you lose everything. There is no, like, most games, traditional ones, if you die, that doesn't matter, because you've saved for the fucking keep everything alive kind of stuff, but this one you can't do that, so that's kind of... Oh, I found some nice pants. They have better stats on them, way better. And I found a, like, I don't know why they even given us this stuff. I found a wooden pipe. Looks a bit like what Gandalf uses. And then I found like another pipe, so in a chest that wasn't just on the floor or anything. I don't know what the hell like we're gonna do with these. There's another. Hey, that looks alright. That actually does. I think I found a better thing. Hey, look at that. I found a better vest than the coat I had on. The coat was a heavy jacket that only had like 1 dot on impact and maybe 1.5 on slash, whereas this one's got like way more, and it looks better too. I'm pretty sure there's just like an auto save. I think it continually saves your thing, but the point of it was for the leaves. It's a traditional dish. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that sounds good then. Having a bit of fun with this already. It's not so bad. Yeah. Traditional dish. Derper derper der. Hey. The coat was a heavy jacket that only had like 1 dot on impact and maybe 1.5 on slash. Whereas this one's got like way more. And it looks better too. I'm pretty sure there's just like an auto save. I think it continually saves your thing. The point of it was for the Alrighty. I just died. What the fuck How did I die? Are you serious? I have literally just fucking like alt-tabbed and I've just died. And there's not even any enemies around. Are you serious? What? What the fuck? What is this game? Like, I don't even, like, I'm trying to, I want to like it. It's just so difficult, so I don't really bother with it. I mean, I tried this story for a little bit, and I got all that stuff. But fuck off. Are you serious? Oh, so now I'm back with the companion I had before I go down the stairs. Which is like, when I press continue, he was already dead, and then I was down the stairs, but now I've died by alt-tabbing, and now my companion's alive again. How crazy is that? So it has a previous save point beyond just continuing. See what I mean? This game makes like no sense. And I'll try and, oh, the blue orbs. Apparently the blue orbs do something, which I don't believe. It's just a source of light. Like, it's, yeah. The door. This is like a portcullis kind of gate. There's no way that I can get in here, because it's shut, so there's no way in there. Let's see. Where's a door that I can like demonstrate, like the things you can do? Okay. There. Okay, there, look. Trucks. See how like you can open and slam the door, and you can like keep slamming it, and like, cause if enemies come in, you just like, you slam the door and then you try and, you know, you can keep them out obviously, but just things like that is a nice feature that you don't really see in that many video games. I don't really feel that there's that many video games out there right now that you can say, yeah, look, you can just do this, because there isn't really, like, that I've seen. Anyway, so the companion has the torch. That's what I meant before about like fucking not having a torch, is because yeah, the companion had it. That's why I couldn't remember where it went. But yeah, so there's all manner of shit, but I don't know how the fuck I died. Like, I just alt-tabbed and then I died, and now he's alive again. I don't know where I'm going here. I don't even really know like the layout. So this would be like a first playthrough. I don't know exactly where everything is or anything like that. And I don't really feel that using a tiny ass shield with a fucking short range thing is gonna help. So I'll start using the bill again. But yeah. And I just like how the companion, like, I got my weapon out and he's just like casually walking, like, what's going on? And then, so there's like a wagon. Okay, here we go, I found something. A lever with a door, and now the door picked up a wood pallet. Hang on, there we go. Door actually slides. Check this out. Like, I don't know if you're watching or not, or if you're making your food or whatever, but check this out here. This door. Like the way that it slides, like if I go faster, like it slams faster, but then like if you do it just a little bit, like it's cool. Like the way that they're doing this is definitely a game studio that deserves a lot more attention for what it's actually doing, because there's like really not that many that come to mind that have anything like this. If there was, it'd be like a thing. But yeah, this is cool. It'd be interesting to see if you could actually use the doors if you were hiding behind them, especially with these ones with like the spikes on the end. If you could like ram it into the enemies and like it could do damage. I haven't tried that yet, but I mean I'm just going past a locked door and my companion has the torch, so I'm assuming that there's like a whole bunch of like enemies here and trucks. Let's see here. So you're like, you can't stop thinking about the blue orbs. If they were real, would they emit heat? Would they be glass-like? would they, with the you've been craving inedible things. Well, I reckon they would emit heat because they'd have to, or at least a fucking a minimal version of heat. Because I mean, even if the orbs are still there, they would have to have like a fucking a source of combustion or something to project light in a dungeon where you can obviously see that, you know, it's pretty dark unless you've either got a torch or there's already a source of light from inside the rooms, because there's no open windows, so therefore there's no source of light that is entering the fucking environment. So it would mean that what this game is doing is accurate, because all the shadows are fucking dynamic. Like, it's all done the way that you would see it. Like, there's multiple shadows cast in this room now as I'm walking through it. Everyone's dead because I already killed them, but still, like, you know, I've already been in this room, and yeah, like, it's interesting because, like, with this game, like, you can pick up the corpses, or the, what do you call them, like the rag dolls or whatever. You can do whatever you want. Like, you can pick the leg up, you can pick the fucking, I just made him do, like, I don't know, it's weird shit. But anyway, the point is, like, there's a lot of shit you can do in this game, and considering it's like an early access game, that the only thing that really pissed me off about it was just the lack of healing potions, because it's not fucking easy. It's not an easy game. It's not an easy game that you're just gonna try and everything's gonna be so fucking easy that you just can't believe how easy it is. No, you'll die and you will lose everything. And it's like, this is kind of what the game's like, because I've been there and I'm still alive in this game, at least, and I've got a whole bunch of shit on me, and I've got armor and fucking all that stuff, and I got a companion too, and so whatever. But what I'm saying is, like, it's not an easy game. I mean it. Like, when you first enter the game, it even comes up with a message like, watch out, this isn't the usual game, it's not gonna just fucking everything's done for you. Like, yeah, and apparently you die just by fucking alt-tabbing. And it didn't even show me what enemy was there, and I was in that room already. Like, I already was in that fucking room, so whatever's come in has just come in, like, when the fucking application was closed and it wasn't in the room before. So I don't know what it was. It's weird. But, yeah. And over here, like, we can quite clearly fucking see that whatever is in this wall here is a whole bunch of what looks like a fucking pigeon boxes, or pigeonhole boxes. There's a whole bunch of fucking drawers there, and you can, like, pick the ones up that are already on the floor. Another thing you can do, which I probably should show, if I remember how to do it, is I'm pretty sure you can, like, rotate yeah, there we go. Alright, so I have to hold down the middle mouse button, and if Trucks is watching now, you can actually rotate the objects as so you hold down on the item, then you do the middle mouse button, and then if you press, like, the WASD keys, it will rotate, like, whatever you're holding. Like, right now I'm holding a stool, but it's like, I don't know, doing a somersault over a table, and then you just drop it and it goes wherever. But yeah, so there's that, and I've been trying to remember how to do that for a while, because it's not the easiest thing. But anyway, so, like, you can pick up anything, any object, and you can rotate it around. So, like, they're not animated, they're just objects that are, like, in the game. And I just dropped what is that? What did I just drop? I don't know, it dropped something, but it landed on my head. So the point I'm making is that, like, wherever you place the objects in the game will have a effect on the environment. Like, there's bottles here, but then if I spin it and then, like, let it go, like, it's not breaking because it's an early access game, I'd imagine. But I mean, stuff like that, I mean, they could do that with, like, empty bottles. I mean, there's no reason they couldn't do that. Same with, like, the glass, like Masonic jars and whatever. Like, if they were to actually drop from a certain height, they could put a thing in there and they'd make the glass shatter. But that's, you know, that's their development studio. I don't know why you would want to lick a blue orb, Trucks. I mean, I've never really heard anyone say they have a craving for inedible things before. I mean, most people generally that I talk to are just like they have a craving for food. It just seems, you know, normal, but I don't know. It's in a video game, but I reckon if it was in a fully like multi-layered dungeon, as if one of them was to exist in real life on the scale that is present in this, and this is like going through caves now, so it's all underground. There's obviously mountainous stuff, but it's been like constructed in a way that the caves have like overarching like areas you can get through. There's fucking a whole bunch of shit going on. I don't know. They probably would be hot, I would imagine. They wouldn't be that, unless they were cold, then it would be some kind of fucking magic that is keeping the thing alive, illuminated, I guess. But yeah, just stuff like this, you just don't see it enough. Like, I haven't seen this enough. There's a lot of games out there, sure, but there's just not that many that you can just interact with the in-game environment in the way that like you can do in Exanima, because like most games, when you attack and shit, like I'll give you an example here. Like when you attack, and usually it's like you press R1 in Dark Souls, which is your usual attack, and it's all animated by like a motion cap dude wearing like a full motion cap suit with a bunch of like orbs on him, and it's all rigged to like computer animation and shit. And then like that animation will then be like transferred in the game for like when you attack, because it's already fucking, you know, it's already done, and then it's just like in the game. Whereas what I'm trying to say to you, Chucks, I guess if you're the only one here, is like when you're attacking, as you see with the way that the player is moving, there's no like motion capping rigging. It's all 100% unique every single time. Like, and you can crouch down as you attack, and obviously that changes the trajectory of where your attack will land. If you double click, you do like an overhead attack, and then if you alt click, you'll do like a lunging forward attack, which would only be good for like certain swords and some spears. You know, you wouldn't really want to do like a lunging attack with like, I'll show you, like with like an axe, because a lunging attack would be silly. Whereas if you do an overhead attack, and then if you crouch down as you do the overhead, you'll do like the animation speed is like increased. So anyway, like you can kind of see all the attacks are based on how you move your mouse cursor as you attack. So like if you just hold down the mouse, like basically where your red target is, it won't do much. But if you hold it down as you go from like left to right of the screen, like kind of more like that, like it's way more. Like, but yeah, so there's like an inventory, there's shields and shit, you know, to protect you, but they're not like big shields or nothing. They're not like the huge kind of like shit like you're looking at, maybe like a buckler size. And yeah, you can use the shield with the axe if you wanted to do that, but you have to keep in mind that the axe has a really short, like, you know, attack length. Like it's not something you can use at range. So if you use something like the bill, or like another good example, like a bill hook is literally a weapon, which is just the hook on the end of the polearm, which would mean that like all it is it's like broken off the haft when it's fucking smashed into something, and then if someone's picked it up and used it, well yeah, which is plausible. But you can do this, like use the bill, and you see that it has a much larger reach, which like if you're going to be fighting mobs or ads, which are more like commonly referred to as, you know, shit like this would be better. So anyway, I think I just went down into like the next level in the dungeon, I guess, because like I just stepped towards the here we go. So I remember dying down here. So the companion talks, he has dialogue, so it's no really different than most role-playing games. It's not spoken, I'm pretty sure, it's just like text for now, but like the game isn't released or anything, it's not a final product. Yeah, alright, so you were, so just catching up on what you said in the chat. You were craving glitter yesterday. I used to crave paper a few years ago, but it never tasted nice. That's funny you say that. I ended up getting some chocolate. And to me, this kind of seems normal. Hang on, I'll show you on the webcam. There. I got these little chocolate eggs. So I finally got like some chocolate-free stuff. Finally, huh? Like I finally got some chocolate. What? I used to crave paper, yeah. There are some board games I can't play because the game pieces look too edible. So I'm too focused on stopping myself from eating plastic to enjoy the game. That's different. I've never really heard anyone say that. That if they were playing Monopoly, that the pieces look like appetizing, like you might sneak one in before like a Macca's run, or maybe like a sneaky meal at home or something. You know, like I didn't know that was a thing, but I don't know. Anyway, so you're imagining the qualifications or just knowledge the people who made this game would have needed to make the physics correct. Yes, thank you. Someone finally fucking gets it. Like, it's not easy to make this kind of stuff. And what in a way I'm trying to say is, yeah, I am annoyed at the video game developers because they made fucking healing potions so fucking weird to find, and the community is a little annoying and toxic and foolhardily about making the game super difficult so no one can enjoy playing it or find healing potions, and they won't tell you where they are. But apart from that, yeah, it's alright. Yeah, I reckon you would not just casually make a video game like this. There's no way you would. It's the kind of thing that you would have to have understanding about, like a bunch of different things. Like picking something up in a game world, most of the time it's just like a game client or whatever, you know, like an executable or whatever. And you just basically in the game an engine that you fucking are using. It might be like Unity, or it might be like the Cry engine, or it might be, you know, it might usually be like Unity or whatever. But whatever. I'm trying to say, I guess, is like it's not easy to do this kind of stuff. Like to me, like these are the kind of things that most people, they probably wouldn't even care about. But to me, it's cool that I can spin around like this like wooden crate over like another like wooden crate, and then because the way that I've dropped it like has given it enough like momentum to bounce off of it and shit like that. You know, like it's just, I don't know, it's an indie game. It's not a mainstream game. That's kind of why I like it. And there's not many people who stream it either, so yeah. I do remember that I did put an Exanima Let's Play on YouTube. I think it got like over 400 views, and I remember it having like more likes on the video than it had of like downvotes or whatever, so there's always that. But I did that video like a couple years ago when I was playing on my laptop, so like the performance, and plus like that was just oh fuck, there's an enemy. Okay, we've seen one. There he is. He's holding a thing, but I'm just gonna fucking try and get him before he tries and gets us, because if he does get the companion's dead. He's not coming back. So we're better off just getting in him now. Now he's trying to run away. Get this, the enemies, when you damage them, like this dude's legit running away from us. Like he's not even trying to just engage in combat. He's trying to live, but we killed him. Anyway, we actually did alright that time. I wouldn't say that it happens every time, every encounter, but I'm still on red health. Like I'd say I'm probably about 60% through like health wise. And because Trucks was talking about these orbs, we'll just go back over to this one. See, look, there's another orb in the wall. Look, Trucks, if you are watching, there's still the orb there. Look, you can see it's a clear sphere. Looks like a glass orb, like just like a fucking, I don't know, like a 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter kind of glass orb in like a metal hook on a wall. But anyway, then there's the orb when it's lit up, so there has to be something inside of it to be like fluorescent in that kind of way, because it looks like a kind of like a neon blue, like a very bright white as you get close to it. Anyway, just stuff like this. I like this kind of stuff. To me, this is interesting. Like, I know my voice might sound weird now or whatever, but it's like what it is. My voice isn't always going to sound like 100% perfect all the time. But yeah, yeah, like this kind of stuff. I like it when the shadows are really long and like drawn out, like especially in these areas, like when he's holding the torch and shit, and like as you're walking, you can see like the like kind of longer shadows. It just adds to like the atmosphere of like the game as well. Yeah, I don't know where I am at the moment. So this guy died here. There's not. I think there's a map, but if there is one, I probably haven't found all of it. Hang on, let me just. So there's scrolls. I think the scrolls are like parchment that has little bits of like background information to try and so you can try to piece together like your version of like why you're in a dungeon and why you've got to escape it and fucking find a companion who will like help you get out and shit. Because otherwise you'd just be alone in this place. Okay, there's the map. There we go. I found it. There is the map right there. It's a different coloured thing. Okay, look at this. If you are watching trucks, I don't know about this. Look at this map. Look how much fucking rooms are in this damn place. Like, come on. Like, there's so many fucking rooms in this area on this map, and I don't even know where we are. Like, it doesn't even tell you you were here. It's just a map of the entire layout. And if I was to count the individual, like, segmented areas, like there's 4 in just that row alone, there's probably at least 50 different fucking rooms, at least. And then that's not counting the depths that the thing would go in either, so I don't know. And I don't know how to close, there we go, yeah. So, let me just pause this. So you're like, physics is cool. Yeah, it is. I do think physics are cool. I think they're a nice thing to have, aren't they? I never did physics in high school, but I read half a book about it because it said it mentioned popcorn in the blurb, but a teacher laughed at me for reading it, so I stopped reading it. If it was mentioning popcorn, my take would be it would be referencing to like the different state the kernel would be in before the sudden difference in temperature. Once the temperature is applied, that it would reach a thing and then the popcorn would pop. I suppose that would be like the example that it's trying to tell you in the half a book page shit that you were trying to read. I mean, there's a lot more to physics than just half a page. I mean, there's all fucking theses on it most likely, but yeah, so like you stop reading it, and then you said the orb just looks like a light bulb, but I'm going to lick a light bulb when I'm finished rolling vine leaves. Okay, that's almost the most normal thing I've heard in about 3.5 weeks. And then you're like, don't worry, I'll clean the light bulb before and after. You can't be serious. Are you serious? Like, you just trying to say this stuff so I read it out to you? And it, like, I don't know. Like, are you trying to get yourself electrocuted? Like, are you trying to lick a light bulb while it's plugged in and turned on? Because that doesn't seem like the safest thing to do. Unless you're just gonna like unscrew the light and do that. I don't know why there's a human out there that wants to do that, but if that's like you doing you, then I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't eat some chocolate. What the fuck? Why are you doing that? Like, why? Why would you, like, have the fucking... You'll lick a spare one. Oh, okay, well at least you're sophisticated. Hang on. How can you... What are you... You're gonna lick a spare one? Like, I can just visualize you in, like, a supermarket, just, like, steadily, but sure, like, slowly but surely, like, walking up to the light bulbs, you know, like you've seen them, like, you know where they are, like they've seen you, and then you're like, hey, how you going? And then you just, like, open the box and you've always wanted to lick a light bulb. Well, I'm gonna go and wash my hands. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, keep it normal. That seems really like a just everyday thing to do, you know? What were you saying? You always wanted to lick a light bulb. I have inspired you to actually do it. I don't know how to feel about that. It's never anything I was ever, I would imagine anyone would ever say. But alright. Anyway, there's like a whole bunch of chests and shit. Like, sometimes they have good stuff. That's a superior leather belt. Let me see here. Yeah, no, so that's a better belt than the one we got on now. Waistcoat. Looking very color coordinated. That looks a bit better. So, soap. What are they even adding all this stuff into the game? Like, why are they going to the effort of, like, designing, like, 3D models and shit just to add, like, items that won't help the player, like, at all? Like, I mean, they're like, the range of ideas they have, yeah, it's nice, but I mean, what apparent from, like, picking up a whole bunch of shit that apparently, like, doesn't encumber you or anything, like, where else is it gonna go? Like, where are they planning to take this? Like, adding a bunch of fucking items in a game that is so far away from traditional RPGs in the way that, you know, you might, like, pick up a jar and then it's, like, got a health potion, or, like, you find a chest and it has, like, a better pair of gloves and, like, a sword or something's, like, over there, and, you know, some gold on the ground kind of stuff. Like, there's none of that here. There's, like, washing up baskets and empty urns and shit, and pillars in the middle of the map. Well, not the map, but the level, the room. But yeah, like, there's just, I don't know, it's not that common how you really see this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really feel that there's many video games come to mind, like, right now. I was like, yeah, name like 5 or 10 ones that let you do all of that kind of stuff in a similar way. That anyone could just be like, oh yeah, because I don't know. This is locked again. I remember this one. That's locked by that contraption, which is over there. I don't even know how to get over there. This is why, like, I tried to I already really wanted to stream the arena mode because this is too complicated. I mean, for someone who's just tuning in, or like just watching my stream, I mean, which I noticed did happen earlier, had a few other people watch, not to make them feel uncomfortable or anything, I'm just saying. But like I had some people watching, and then when I was trying to explain something, like they left, which I mean, that's fine. But like, there's so much in this game that like, I don't know if anyone would even like bother to explain. But yeah, I tried to do like a little bit of it. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's entertaining. Like to me it is. But like, I don't know, it's not, it's like, not everyone's cup of tea, I guess, is the same kind of thing. Like, not everyone likes the same kind of stuff, so, you know. But to me, this kind of stuff is fun. I'm done with the campaign, because it's too confusing. But yeah, I'm sure when there's like, I don't know, maybe more visual indicators of like where you're supposed to go, or maybe some kind of clues or hints that kind of give you a general direction of like what you're supposed to do, rather than just like bombarding you with like a series of locked like portcullises and shit that have a lever to open that you can only open from like the other side of the room, which you can't get to, kind of shit. Like, I don't know, seems like there's more to it. I know I have seen a few like YouTube videos and stuff where people get pretty far into examining of it. Like, they're getting pretty far because they're being chased around by a monster that is like opening the doors they're trying to close, and they're basically just like running as quickly as they can from like room to room, and then kind of hoping that they're like falling through like a hole in the ground to like get somewhere else, kind of shit. And I don't know, I think there's a lot more to it than like what I'm trying to cover. I mean, I'm just trying to like kind of explain some of the game mechanics, and I've probably made it to like the first like starting area, I guess, like outside of like where you start the game. So yeah, I haven't really, I know there's on the internet, there's like hidden rooms and like combinations to figure out like how to get into, oh, you need this item and stuff, but I'm not gonna say that because I'm not gonna say how to get into those places because I don't want to spoil it. I'd rather that if people were actually gonna play the game and buy it, that they were gonna try it for themselves, rather than trying to tell them like a bunch of things of like where things are, because it's not as fun. Like, it's better when you try and do it for yourself. And then trucks is like, you sanitized your phone and glasses. You're gonna wash your phone case with the dishes now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. You're telling me that. There's no reason to like keep raw meat and shit like on your phone or your hands or on the fucking plates and whatever you're preparing the food on, I guess. I mean, because you don't want to get like sick and die. So yeah, I suppose washing all that stuff makes sense. But yeah, the arena mode is like, to be honest, like I reckon the arena mode is more fun. Because like I like PvP, which is player versus player, but there is none of that here. Like, it's all single player, and it's all basically like player versus environment, which is PvE. So it would like, this is mostly like a single player game. You can play it offline. You don't need any internet once you've downloaded it, installed it, kind of thing. You don't have to be connected to the internet to play it. So that should make sense to some people. It might. I don't know. It's just that, like, it's a kind of game, to me, it's fun, but there's only so much and only so long that I can play this kind of game. Like, it's not the kind of thing that I would spend like most of my day like to do. Like, I suppose when you get to like master and stuff, like, it's easy to do it. Like, it's not that hard. Like, all it really requires is you make your first character, and you make like 3 or 4 other characters, which you can do like right there, and it costs you nothing to do it. You make a bunch of them, you take them into fights, you level them up first, then when you've already got a bunch of gear, you level up your main character by just, I don't know, just being like careful, I suppose, with the way that you fight, and because you can still die like every time you take your main one in. Like if someone hits you with a certain weapon, it's still gonna like do a sustain. Like there's like, to put it in perspective, like in expert, even when you're basically wearing like a full suit of armor, if someone hits you with like a two-handed weapon, there is a chance that it can basically insta-kill you. So like even if you got all the like armor and everything, like yeah, it's kind of like that. So I mean, I got mine up to thing while I'm doing the stream, and before I end it, I'm just gonna go to screenshots for Exanima and then go view online library, because I just want to show Trucks something before I finish it, because I think I'm just about done with it. I mean, I might do one more arena thing. Let me just go, let's see here. If I go into screenshots, viewing, select a game, so that would be Exanima. Alright, I'll show you now. Where's the chat? Bring the chat up. Alright, so you're like, your mum once washed a fidget spinner with the dishes so I could lick it. I told her to buy me one, and she did. Okay. And then you said, you think your oldest brother will like this game. Well, that's kind of nice. I mean, it's definitely like a niche kind of game. It's not a big, well-known kind of video game, by no means. But anyway, and just to back up what I was saying, so Trucks can see, and you know, obviously, so you guys can too. Anyone else who views my videos when they're like thing, but there's the master rank. There's the master knight I had. Like you can see in the screenshot, like I've got all the skills for close combat. I had 3 of the skills out of 5 for the armor, and I had 4 for shields. And you can see like all the different weapons I have. There's like a 2-handed sword, there's a 1-handed, there's a whole bunch of things. That is the one I had on my laptop. Now I just want to see if I can find a few other screenshots to like better show you my character, because unfortunately I don't have that character anymore, because like I said, it's like a permadeath thing, and when you die, you die. So there's that character itself. I did like it, and I definitely did have a lot of fun at the time, because I still remember like playing this and stuff. Like it was fun. Yeah, that's the character, and I put like a bit of effort in that, as you can most likely see with like the armor and stuff, because it's not exactly something that you just is easy to get. Like, I mean, I'm trying to say that this game is easy, but I don't know if I'm sarcastically saying it, but I mean, to me, like for an early access game, like that is fucking sick. Like, I like fantasy, I like knights, and I like all of that. Like, I like the whole genre, you know, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones kind of stuff. Yeah, I like it. Like, and to see that you can fully customize your character like however you want, and I've just made like a fucking, like, that's my version of like what a knight looks like, and it's, yeah, like it's good. And so the only thing I have left of this character I spent like this time into, and you can see here, like, just to prove like a point, Trucks, if you're still watching here, like you can actually see in the other items like how many other like things I had, and like you can see that I'm a master, because if you're not like the right progression into it, you can't equip these items at all. They wouldn't even, you couldn't even use them, like, so they're all locked to like certain levels and stuff. So yeah, there's that. hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, thanks for coming to check it out. It's kind of Twitch streaming is a bit, I don't know. I feel a bit conflicted about it. I mean, I don't really have a set schedule, and I just try and stream whenever. Like, it's just a hobby to me. There's nothing more than that. Like, I'm not really that bothered by like what happens. I think it's cool. Like every time I get a new follower. Like I got one just before, when I was starting this, like when I was like fixing the problem with the echoes. Like I got one when I was offline from streaming or whatever, and I seen the alert come up, which is nice. But yeah, if you see this for Syra, which is like the merchant, the whole inventory is basically filled with like fucking bunch of different clothing and stuff. You only get them from defeating other like enemies. But yeah, that's my thing. If like eventually it would be nice to try and like recreate like this kind of character, but the amount of time that I would have to like put into this just to get to that when I've already done it, you know what I mean? Like I've already done it and I've got the screenshots, but like if I do stream like Exanima, I mean I'm not saying expect to be anything like that anytime soon, because it'd just be like random battles and stuff, but I think they're entertaining. I mean, none of them are the same. It's not like I'm streaming Dark Souls or anything where all of the animations for the attacks and stuff, they're all predetermined, so yeah, I mean that's one thing I like about it. Thank you, I appreciate that, Trucks, I do, because I put like a bit of time into Exanima building that night, and what I was trying to show you before was like when you die, like you die, and yeah, so like just that I got that far in the arena. Like some people think the arena's easy, but like when you fucking lose all your stuff and you have to start again, like it kind of gets a bit of a like, yeah. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate that you like the night I made. But yeah, I'll do one more. I'll do one more battle thingy with this guy who's just an aspirant. Can't equip no fucking cool looking armor or nothing. So we'll do doubles. I'm probably gonna die. I just want to show that there actually is permadeath. To be honest, I wouldn't mind ending the stream on a death, because then I'd actually show what the permadeath means, because I've had to see the Exanima main menu screen when like I've got that far, and like the entire inventory is filled with things that cost a lot of money to buy, and then you just lose everything, and it's like like, cause I've spent nearly like 100 hours in this, like getting this character the way it is. I think I'm attacking my own dude. Wow. Speak of the who. Alright, so I just got clocked in the face. That was a pretty big hit. But what's interesting is like when you actually land like a really powerful strike with like a metal bar that's like two-handed, like the enemy will literally get like slammed to the floor. Like they will like yeah, just the way that the fucking combat is. I've never really, and I've never really seen anything like this. So to be fair, I think it is definitely like a video game that deserves to be streamed. It's not like every other video game out there, and it's not just like the same thing that's already on the market. There's a lot of things that Exanima's doing that I haven't seen other video games be doing. Like, so yeah, could be a lot of, and it's like just the combat alone. To me, if they had multiplayer in this would be amazing. This would be the next thing to like come out if they had multiplayer with this, like this level of combat, but just the latency issues and stuff apparently. But if there was a way of making this into like a multiplayer thing, that'd be awesome. Like the idea of like if they actually did this where like it was multiplayer and every different player could level up their own character and then like go into fights and shit with each other, that'd be fucking, it'd be good, because then it'd be like, oh okay, well if arena mode's so easy, then let's see how challenging it is with other players, because then it'd be like permadeath with like multiplayer. That would be, yeah, like if they ever did multiplayer for this, like I don't see why they couldn't. I mean they might, hopefully, but if they ever did, it would be fun, and I just want to die. So this fucking can show you what it's like when you actually lose a character, because like, no shit, like when I was doing a stream, I was doing a stream for Exanima, and I kept dying, and it took me back to the main menu, but then I could click continue, but it didn't let me do it. Like now it didn't let me do it. Okay, so I finally actually died. I've lost the entire character, so here we go. Now I can start from the beginning, so I can show you what it's like. Like you lose everything. Like it has a height slider, it has an age slider, it has a skin tone slider. You can be just about any color you want. It has voices. You can even modify the pitch of voice. But usually I just go about there. That's usually about the thing that I have. And usually, like, this is the character, basically the preset for the character, just a few things that are off. But every time that I'm starting off, I'll always choose the metal bar. You can choose like a machete, which I'm at speed they call a cleaver, but there's a quarterstaff, blacksmith's hammer, which is just like a blunt weapon, and then there's that. So now I have to start from the very beginning, because I want to show that permadeath is actually a thing. It's not just like a title in my stream that I put there just to look quirky and have a bunch of commands and shit. Like it, to me, like, like yeah, it's just yeah. There's so much potential for this game to be great. Alright, so Truck says, your mum caught you taking your phone and headphones and glasses with you to the bathroom the other day, and you got in trouble, so you have to be extra careful. You hope that you don't get stuck in the bathroom again. Well, I hope you don't either, because I mean it shouldn't. I mean I never grew up like that, like not being able to use my phone. Like when I was growing up, I could just use whatever devices they were. Eventually they were trying to give me time limits and stuff to use them, but yeah, that's just kind of how it was. Anyway, I like your appreciation of this game. You really consider everything in it, and that's really cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're actually like listening to what I'm saying, and that it's like not just me, you know, talking to myself or whatever. Because I mean, I'd rather, like, if I was gonna stream and stuff, I would rather talk to people like you that actually listen to like what I'm saying, and that it doesn't like wig them out, and you're like you know, you're there. And to be honest, I have to give you credit, Trucks, because you are a good viewer. Like you try like when I actually had a problem with like the audio, and then I messaged you again, you actually came back and you started watching again, which is nice, because I didn't realize that it'd be like this complicated to try and get viewers. Like I never really seen it as something that would be like, might be like a slight challenge, but like at least you're here, you know. It's better to have one viewer when starting off on Twitch than to just be broadcasting to like someone who's basically just got the app open in the web browser and on their phone just to give them 2 magic viewers, which aren't actually real people who are talking to you. You know what I mean? Like you might be increasing your viewer count, but you don't actually have real humans in the chat. And for that, like I do appreciate that like you do come and watch, because like, I don't know, I watch a few different Twitch streams here and there. I feel I've paid my dues in that way. Like, I am active in a bunch of different, you know, Twitch streams and stuff, and their Discords, their communities and whatnot, and I have been for like over 6 months, maybe longer, but still, like, I talk to a bunch of different streamers, and the one thing I like is the real-time interaction when like I just be like, hey, and then like you start having a conversation with someone else on the internet. I mean, you don't always know what their personality is going to be like. I mean, that is one thing. Like, you think someone looks, just because of their appearance, that like they're just going to be a nice person, but it's not always the case. I found there's like some streamers, like they get all these followers and stuff, and they're very polarizing. They let it go to their head, and they feel like they're like, you know, but there's not. I mean, maybe it happens to everyone. Maybe it's just a thing that happens. Maybe if you get like over 100k followers, you just, you know, you're nice one stream and just crazy the next. I don't know. It's like, cause I mean, for most streamers, I mean, I think most of them, I can talk to them just fine. They're just another human to me. And to me, like, you know, streaming is, you know, you're just playing a video game or whatever you're doing. There's no reason why you can't talk to people in the chat as if they're not a human being, because I'm pretty sure they are. Like, to me, I think it's the whole, like, trying to, like, alienate yourself as the whole, like, a streamer and viewer complex. I think it's just, it's like, it doesn't need to exist. I think it's good that we have like these social interactions with other people that can like hang out in communities in places that, you know, they feel accepted, that exists on the internet in other places that may not, you know, may not necessarily exist in real life for them. It gives them the opportunity to talk and feel like themselves with like-minded people, which makes more sense than trying to waste your time trying to talk to strangers who have no common interest in what you already like. Like, cause I'm in like 30 different Discords, and I can pretty well say like everyone that is in those kind of Discords are all there because they have something in common, or they like, you know, something of the same. Like, there's, you know, so in that way it connects people, and it's like, it's a better thing. Like, and yeah, it's, I mean, I'm not really that phased that like you've been too busy to watch my streams lately. So you've missed this, and I'm glad you had time today. Well, that's cool, Trucks. I like it that you actually came and watched, because like, I don't know, I mean, I'm trying to stream, like be a streamer and stuff, like, cause the amount of time I've spent like playing video games and stuff and being good at them and whatnot, and you know, just kind of makes sense for me to try and stream on Twitch for someone who's been on YouTube for like over 13 years now. And I uploaded videos like 12 years ago of me playing video games, like before Twitch was even a thing that existed, before like YouTube was bought by Google. I already had like gameplay videos there. I've been there like since the beginning of these very like platforms ever existing, you know, like. So I think like, I want to be a streamer, I'll be one, like, because no one's really to say to me like what I can do or what I can't do, you know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to be a streamer, I'll be one. Like, I mean, I only kind of just starting here, but I mean, so what? Like, I've already done it. Like, I've already like been on these platforms that just are not active in these places. Like that YouTube account I have, it has like 420 subscribers. It's a cool number. I like that. It also has like over 600,000 views on the videos. So it's like, whatever. It's like, yeah, so, I mean, look at this, like, in Exanima, it's like, combat and stuff, so, yeah. But I mean, like, noted, like, the views and stuff, they're not all from the same thing, but still, that's still on my channel, so. But yeah, so you can see that. So the main game seems like there's a lot of depth. There's like a lot in the map of like places to explore, but it's like, it's kind of more seems like the kind of game where you have to take each battle like as it comes, and maybe like not fighting every single one isn't like the best idea until you can get like enough loot to like have a good enough armor and equipment kind of thing, and then like maybe try and battle and stuff, because I mean you don't have to fight every single, you know, enemy. But anyway, I'm done with Xenoph for now. But yeah. Yeah, well, thanks for being here, Trucks, and yeah. I wanna just, I don't know, do some other stuff, but yeah, thanks for being here. I'm gonna end the stream now, so cool.